Hi, this is Matt Clark, and in this video I wanted to quickly throw in some tools and resources you can use to basically create your own physical book if you want to create a self-published physical book for sale on Amazon. Because there's still a lot of benefits to doing that because, physical book, can give yourself more credibility. If you run some sort of face-to-face business, you can basically hand those out. It establishes a lot of credibility. You can send them off to people. And there's just a lot of different things you can do with physical books that, in some ways have a few advantages over Kindle books, even though there's a lot of opportunities in Kindle right now, which is why we have a whole module devoted to it. But I wanted to make sure that if you wanted to create a physical book, that it doesn't seem like a huge problem for you. I'm going to show you exactly how I have actually recently done this. I partnered with a medical business and basically have created a physical book. I coordinated the entire thing and got everything done, so I know exactly how the process works. So it's pretty easy to do, so I'm just going to walk you through real quickly how to do it. So one thing is that if you don't have content yet, basically if you are an expert, this is real easy. If you want to partner with an expert, it's real easy. Basically, you say you have a market you want to target. You're going to go ahead and go over to this keyword questions tool. I've recommended it in another video. If you watch the Kindle module, there's a lot of overlap between what I'm going to talk about here and the Kindle module. So first thing is you're going to go to the keyword questions tool and then type in whatever your keyword is. And this tool is going to spit out the top questions related to your market. And those questions are basically what you can do a short audio and ideally video interview covering. And so you'll have an audio recording, whether that's either from the video you shoot, you'll be able to pull out an audio recording, or whether it's all you do is an audio recording, whether it's a phone interview or an in-person tape recorder interview, whatever you want to do. You're basically going to have whoever the expert is just answer those questions, just talking like they're talking to a customer or whoever else they would basically be providing that information to on a regular basis. Because chances are they've talked about these things a million times depending on their job. For example, if it's somebody who's a chiropractor, they've obviously talked about chiropractic related stuff all day long for years and years and years, so it's easier for them to talk about it, and it's much easier to tie them down for an hour to talk about that kind of stuff than it is to basically get them to write a whole book about it. So all you need to do is get some video or audio recordings and of an expert answering questions, and basically you're going to take it over to a site like this. This is one that I've used. I'm not necessarily saying this is the cheapest. I don't really know these people. I've just used them and I like their service just because it's easy to use and they always deliver. It's verbalinc.com. You basically will send them your audio files and they'll send you back written transcriptions in a Word document or basically whatever format you want. And it only takes a few days for them to do this, and it's pretty good. I mean, it's always grammatically correct and that sort of thing. So you get back some good files, and then basically you have the base content for your book. The longer the interviews you do, obviously, and the more clear the person talks, the better the transcriptions are going to be and the more substantial they're going to be. But basically you could take a 1-hour interview and pretty much turn that into an entire book. So you're going to basically have this company transcribe, whatever company you want, transcribe your audio interviews, and then you're going to go over to a site like elance.com and get an editor basically. Or you can do this part yourself too. You can do the transcription yourself too if you want. Basically, you can get an editor to just clean up their transcriptions to actually make them written form, because you don't want to just turn a transcription into a book. It'll look kind of trashy and not very clear. Go over to a site like this, get them to do your cover. Your editing, and you can also have somebody on Elance do a cover. Now, if you're doing a physical book, it's going to need to be a print quality cover, and you're going to need to have print quality graphics. So you might want to splurge a little bit and spend, $200 or so to get a really nice cover made on Elance. Because it's not like, it's a little bit different than, creating Kindle covers where you can change things out really fast and you're creating 99-cent books. If you're going through the trouble to create a physical book, you're probably going to want to go to a site like Elance or any other outsourcing site and basically have somebody design you a nice looking cover. You can generally get a really good one for about $200. So then once you have your cover and you have an edited copy of your book, you need to go find a book printer. These are people that we recently used. You can get to them by going to bestbookprinting.com. I believe you can go directly to their Colorwise website too, but either way, bestbookprinting.com. And these people will work with you. They're really nice. You can talk to them by phone. You can even submit your stuff online, and they'll basically tell you the best sizes for the book and that sort of thing. and they'll give you help with formatting. And then basically what you'll do is once you get some information on them and do a little bit of formatting yourself, then you'll basically send them your file and your cover, and then they'll send you back a PDF proof of the book within, it's generally within a day actually. And then you'll be able to take a look at that, make sure all the formatting looks good and everything, and you've coordinated with them what size of book you want, how many copies you want printed for your initial print run. And then once you do that, they'll basically they'll take your order, and you'll have to pay half up front, and then whenever they've done with the proof and you've approved the proof, and like before they actually send the book off to printing, you'll have to pay the other half basically. And then once you do that, it takes about 7 to 10 days for them to print the book. And then once that's done, they'll actually mail you your box of books, of however many books you've ordered. Now, if you're doing fulfillment by Amazon and don't care about checking the physical book out yourself, you can just have them basically through your Amazon Seller Central. You can set up fulfillment by Amazon for this book, and basically have ColorWise send your box of books directly to Amazon, so you never actually have to even touch it. So once this thing gets selling, all you need to do is tell these people again, or whoever you end up using for your printing, that you need to order 1,000 more books, 100 more books, whatever it is, and they can send them directly to Amazon, and it's all pretty hands off. And then one thing you'll also need for a physical book, if you're adding it to Amazon, is an ISBN number. This site seems to work just fine for an ISBN number. There's a lot of other places you can get it. There's some scammy places too, but this is one that you can definitely get one. It's myidentifiers.com. And you can also get this by going to their FAQ page on ColorWise, the FAQ page. They actually have a link to this page too. But it's just myidentifiers.com, and here's where you can get an ISBN number for your book. So once you have an ISBN number, a cover, an edited copy of your book, then you can basically create your Amazon listing and just not list it for sale yet. So then it'll be ready for sale as soon as you get your books from your book printer. So that, in a nutshell, is basically how you create a physical book, self-published physical book.